Welcome to the Repair Shop, where cherished family heirlooms are brought back to life.
This is the workshop of dreams.
Home to furniture restorer J. Blades.
Nowadays, everybody spends a fortune on stuff that once it's broken, they just bin it. But everybody has something that means too much to be thrown away, and that's where we come in.
Working alongside Jay will be some of the country's leading craftspeople.
Every piece has its own story. It's amazing to think that some of my work becomes part of that story.
I've always played with things, I've always repaired things, and I just love it.
There is a real pleasure in bringing people's pieces back to life again.
Each with their own unique set of skills.
Right tool for the right job.
They will resurrect, revive,
Come on, man!
and rejuvenate. Treasured possessions and irreplaceable pieces of family history.
Wow, she's fantastic.
Bringing both the objects
This is what I remember.
and the memories that they hold
Wow.
back to life.
Oh, my God.
In the repair shop today,
Where do you think it is now?
I don't want to say. We've got to keep this clean, Steve, yeah?
a team effort to repair an Art Deco treasure.
Come on, man. I'm going to break this string.
You pulling hard?
I'm pulling proper hard, mate.
And Will wins plaudits for his latest project.
Will, I knew you were good, but this is marvellous.
But first, Kate Franklin from Eastbourne needs help with a cherished possession.
Hello.
Hello. How we doing? Oh, all right. Oh, what is... Oh, this is glass. Matt, when you're ready, sir.
Oh.
Stained glass master craftsman Matt Nichols has worked on many historic British buildings, including the Houses of Parliament.
Yeah. That.
What a beautiful window.
What's the story behind this one?
This is something my mother gave me. It was found by her in the backyard of the shop that she worked in Worthing. I've always had a passionate interest in nature and wildlife. And I think it was just something that was so unique that she instantly knew that I would be really interested in it. And we've loved it ever since. You know, she's gone now.
Right.
But it means a lot to me in that sense.
It is really unique. I mean, sometimes you see pieces that have got one or two bits of kind of painted glass in it with just kind of
So
with
these
animals.
are painted? These panels are painted?
Yes. Yeah. I love the images. They're fantastic. Really beautiful illustrations. Really playful.
They are, aren't they? I mean, I
don't.
don't know how old it's likely to be.
Well, it
Put
would
any
be,
sort of date on it.
I would say it's late Victorian.
Really?
That kind of era.
I wonder if it could have almost been done for children.
Kind of feels a bit like Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
You've got a bit of Beatrix Potter in there. It's nice.
Yes.
So where does this live at home? Do you have this on display?
It's on the wall at the bottom of the stairs, and we love it. My husband was able to sort of frame it up carefully.
So, Kate, what would you like us to do?
Well, the main thing I would like is to see if we could get this repaired.
I'm getting really worried about you keep going over that with it. Don't cut yourself. Right. Right, so we want that bit fixed.
There are quite a few little bits broken and cracked.
I think we can maybe paint that bit and put it back together. You fire it in the kiln once you've painted
in the kiln?
Yep.
God, blimey. Oh, well. So it's a big job then?
Well, a big job for a little piece. Yeah. Yeah.
It would be lovely to be able to look at it and in its, you know, complete state, really, having the light shining through it, which we've never been able to do, because it's in quite a fragile state.
Leave it with us. Get Matt on the case. Once it's fully restored and hopefully some light shining through it,
Yep.
we'll get back in contact with you, OK?
Thank
All
you,
right?
Jay.
You take care now.
Thank you, Matt. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
When your parents have gone, the things that they gave you mean more and more. I think it would be lovely to see if we could get it fixed up properly after all these years. It's just something exceptional and unique, really.
Wow, careful for that. That really is nice, isn't it?
It's a shame it hasn't got light behind it. I think these will just really lift with a bit of light.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really surprised, actually, they haven't taken the backing off. It's just been like that for ages.
So you're going to be able to repair the green, do a little bit of painting there.
I might try and paint the whole thing, see how that goes.
Really?
Yeah.
The whole
Give
thing?
it a go. All
Yeah?
right.
All
Nice. Really looking forward to seeing what's underneath. Take this back off.
Matt works on a light box so that every flaw and crack is illuminated.
So what I'm doing here is I'm going to make a rubbing. It's really important to make a good rubbing because when you're putting the window back together, these are the lines that you work with.
While work gets underway inside, outside, another member of the repair shop team is awaiting the arrival of his next project.
So what's in the boot?
This is it. This is the sea chest.
Lovely.
Helping Will in with his precious cargo is Nigel Boulderson from Yorkshire and his wife Margaret.
Right,
The chest.
the chest.
Well, basically, it's been in the family quite a long time, and it's had a bit of a hard life, as you can see.
How long has this been in the family for?
It belonged to his grandfather, Henry Herbert Boulderson,
Right,
Henry Herbert. Basically, this was his sea chest. He passed out as a merchant seaman from Trinity House in Hull, went on the Merchant Orient line to China,
Okay.
and basically we think he had it made there.
He was there in 1918, 1919, something like that.
Right.
So it's nearly 100 years old. It's been in the Boulderson family anyway.
But we now have a son, Daniel James Boulderson. We want this for him. We want this to be his next heirloom.
So what is missing? Is there anything missing? Is there anything on the inside?
Just those little orange plugs. Do you know why they're painted?
That has been screwed on there at some point. So obviously the top had been glued in the beginning because you wouldn't be able to get one board big enough, and that has split. And in order to keep them together, somebody has put supports on the inside, and they filled over the top, and they've sort of made it a bit of a feature with a bit of orange. That would make the most amount of sense. What would this mean to you to have this restored?
Well, it enables it to keep going on and on through the family. It's most important for the son. It'd be a treasure to have that restored and in a shape to pass on to him. No pressure.
It's quite a sentimental object for me, the chest. It's been part of his family. It's now part of our family. I want it to be as perfect as it possibly can be, because that's how important it is for us and for our son.
Will wastes no time in getting acquainted with his new assignment.
This chest is full of surprises. Just looking on the inside here, you can actually see there's a ridge going around the centre, and I think that used to have a divider there, which means that there might have been a drawer on the bottom and the storage space on the top. What's puzzling me is what's behind these copper panels on the front. I unscrew here. Uh-huh. That's really interesting. That looks like it used to have a handle. If this is the hole for a handle, then it's more likely this used to be a drawer. Hold on a second. What do you know? That was definitely a drawer. That fits like a glove.
So if the side handles were actually the front drawer handles, what were the original fittings on the side of the sea chest?
Actually, looking here now, there might have been a block on there with a rope Beckett handle. So there's a possibility that would have had a rope handle, and these were on the front. How many nails have they used on this board? And glue. That is really lethal. Right, so that's out. Aha! They've even left the original lock in the back. I think it's still nailed in from the side, so I might have to use a little hacksaw, cut those nails off, get that drawer front out, then I can get stuck into making a new drawer.
There's more deconstruction happening outside on the Victorian stained glass panel. Matt's breaking the window down into its individual panes, and that means removing all the original leading.
You do worry sometimes because you're dealing with these, and obviously if you just get a tiny little nip into the edge of the glass, then that's going to cause it all to crack. So you do have to be really careful.
Using the rubbing as a template, he must place all 81 fragile panes of glass in the correct position, like a stained glass jigsaw.
You can really notice the amount of cracks in the inner border here, and this is one of the ones that's worst affected by kind of old age and just general cracking.
Back on the light box, the real damage starts to become clear.
The inner border here that's not painted, it's a very nice classic kind of Victorian cathedral rolled glass, but it's quite badly damaged. Unfortunately, the only way of getting this glass is through finding another older window, which you then have to take apart and then use those pieces, and unfortunately I don't have a window that matches. You have to make that decision as to whether you are going to replace it with new glass that's not necessarily going to be the same tint.
To help make the decision about whether the new glass will be a good match, Matt cuts some pieces as a comparison.
There is a slight difference in greens.
Is the colour difference enough to sway the decision? Perhaps repair shop foreman Jay can help.
To me, in my humble opinion, that looks different from that.
It does. Oh, I've really been having a bit of a... it's a difficult decision to make with this. They're both the same type of glass, but the tint's not the same, and it's a difficult one. Well, I mean, the thing is, I could replace all of it, but there'd just be this thing possibly on my conscience, I think.
That's what I like to wear.
I do like this colour.
You're the specialist, and in my humble opinion...
Yeah.
No, yes.
Yeah. OK.
If I could just leave you with that. No. Yes.
Entirely up to me. Thanks, Jay. Decision is to keep the old glass. It's important for the integrity of the window to have it there. There are unfortunately going to be a lot of extra lead lines in the inner border, but as it's a border and it's there to frame the rest of the window, hopefully just a few extra lead lines aren't really going to make too much difference.
Matt may be moving ahead with his repair, but new items are arriving every day.
Hello, ladies. Hello. How are we doing?
Trisha Roussel-Weeks and her husband Julius are next in line. Ready and waiting are clockmaker Steve and ceramics expert Kirsten, who will be joining forces on this latest assignment.
Right, what have we got here?
We have a rather elderly lady. She's an Art Deco lamp, and she broke her leg.
Oh, I know I see broken things all the time, but I feel for you. It's so upsetting, isn't it?
I would have thought a lot of these lamps break at this point, because it's very vulnerable, isn't it? So tell me, how did you break it?
She was knocked off the bookshelf by me.
You must have been devastated.
I was really, really very sad.
Oh.
That's not the original shade. The original one was a golden flame.
How old is the lamp?
Well, she was a wedding present to my parents, and then she sat on the newel post in their house. I remember from when I was 4, halfway up the stairs, and she was the first thing that you saw when you came into the house.
Lovely.
When they died and I sold the house, she came with me and has been alit and standing ever since. And we're missing her at the moment, aren't we? When I used to take my children to stay with their grandparents in the summer, they enjoyed going to Scotland because they could always see the lady, and she had no clothes on.
So it'll be a part of their life as well?
It will, yes. It will go to one of them, or the grandson. She's been part of my life since I was 4, and it would be great to have her back if you could mend her.
What a lovely story.
It is a good story.
I love the fact that she's just been lit for years and years.
When she fell off the bookcase, Julius knows how I felt about it, don't you, love?
Well, I was there when it happened, and nobody else can tell just how heartbroken Tricia was.
It would be just amazing to see her back in place with her lamp on.
That looks quite tricky to me. You've got an awful lot of weight on a very small...
It is very, very heavy.
Yes, goodness.
Certainly, welding it is out of the question.
Okay.
And then the problem with rewiring is getting the wire all the way up the tube that goes all the way up her body and down her arm. Yeah, that could be quite difficult.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kirsten's skills will be called upon to work on the lamp too. But first, it's over to Steve to reinforce the broken leg.
I've just finished making the steel tube. This piece of steel I've turned up to the right diameter, so the right size to actually slip into the ankle and up the leg, and drilled a hole ready for the wire to go through. So hopefully that's going to fit inside now, and then the next job is to glue it. Kirsten, could you give me a hand, please?
Yep, sure.
I'm a bit nervous about gluing this. You're used to gluing stuff,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I'm not used to doing this at all. The tube fits in there really, really well. So I've got to put some glue on there, push it in there, put some glue on there. And because it all wriggles around a bit, I need to do it in one and do it quickly.
OK.
We've only got one go at this. Got it?
Yep, ready. Blimey, the weight of responsibility.
Well, the thing is, if it all goes wrong now, I can blame you. And the foot points that way. Right.
I'm ready.
So, are we ready to go?
Yeah, OK.
I'm sure you'll do an amazing job. I have huge, huge trust in you. You got
Right,
it?
yeah.
Foot round the right way.
I think that's fine.
To assist Will in returning the sea chest to its former glory, Jay has sent out a mayday for some specialist help.
Not another sea chest.
No.
Jay, I haven't even finished the first.
Give me a chance to speak. Slow down. So you asked me for a rope specialist and a sea chest specialist. Will, meet Des. Des, meet Will.
Hi,
Will. Right. So this is what we've got.
Des Pawson has a lifelong passion for all things maritime and is an expert in sailors' rope work.
What do you think?
It's camphor wood, yeah? So, I mean, that's Far East, China or somewhere like that.
Right, yep. That fits in with the story.
What's this at the front here?
So, there...
What's gone on here?
So, there would have been a drawer.
Ah, so it had a drawer at the bottom.
Originally, or... Actually, I think that it had actually been commissioned to have a drawer because the dovetail joints only go down so far.
I would say, I mean, it's not an ordinary seaman's chest, is it? It must be an officer's chest of some sort. You know, the officer, captain even.
A captain, yeah. So I've been informed that a member of the family had been a captain.
Right.
And this had possibly been made for him. I think it would be nice to make some rope handles for the sides.
So you think that this may have had rope handles?
I think this may have had rope handles because I realised that these handles that were on the side actually belong to the drawer front.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of oomph in there, is there? Not really. When you get that full of gear, you want me to make a pair of handles, rope handles.
Rope handles, and I can make the cleats.
And the cleat's a wooden thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, have a look in there, Jay. There's something there. It's a bit fancy, but...
That, yeah?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of...
Do you want me to make something?
Quite as fancy as that. I don't think... I mean, this is really rather an extraordinary piece that I've had a long time, but a piece of wood that's got a groove in it rather than a hole, a groove in it like that, so that the rope will go through there. OK, like that.
Like that. Oh, right. Do I have to make them before you make yours? I mean, it's like a chicken and the egg, kind of...
I'll do the rope bit,
yeah.
And when you're ready, you can do the cleats.
I can do the cleats.
You can just shave a bit off if you need to.
OK.
Complex rope work is an important part of maritime history. Made by sailors during idle hours aboard long voyages, the often intricate designs adorned furniture and clothing, as well as having practical uses like tow ropes and fenders.
Now, let's see how they look side by side. They're about the same. Every time I try to do them, I check one against the other so they keep on as a matching pair. Although they're either going to be either end of the chest, they still will want to be as near a twin set as possible.
While Des focuses on the rope work, Will's working on recreating the drawer, which was originally at the bottom of the chest.
Here you are, Will. You want a hand?
Ah, perfect. If you get that mallet, I'd give it a little light tap in the middle. And on that side. Yeah. Perfect.
Sterling job, sir.
Sterling job. Let's stick that on here. I picked up a tip when I was in university.
Right.
That is, with a drawer like this, or like an old chest of drawers.
Yeah.
The chances are of the inside being square is very unlikely.
Right.
So, if you're fixing a drawer, if you're making a new drawer, it's always best to glue it, tape it up, and put it into the space whilst it's still malleable.
Yeah.
And once it's dried, we should have a perfect fitting drawer.
Yeah.
He says. Right, Jay, the moment of truth.
I got faith in you.
Faith?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't say. Here we go. What I want. So, leave it to dry, and we'll see if it's Will.
Well, it's not going to stick in there anyway, is it?
So it's not going to stick in there, but it should dry in the right shape that I need. How are you getting on?
Well, virtually finished. Virtually finished. I just got the ends to trim.
Virtually finished?
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, they'll just fit here. So there's the cleat goes on here.
You've done a great job. I have a very slight confession to make.
And?
I haven't actually made the cleats yet. But...
Yeah, at least my rope handles are there for you to make the cleats.
So the whole chicken and the egg thing, you've got the egg, I'm going to go and be a...
Chicken maker. A chicken maker.
A chicken maker.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Spurred on by Des, Will's getting down to the business of cleat making, and he's adding his own special nautical touch.
I've carved the cleats, giving it a bit of a sand, made it look quite old-ish, so it doesn't look too new. I'm just about to screw this on, so I'm so close, but still feel quite far away.
Stained glass expert Matt has reached a challenging point in his project, replacing the glass portrait of the fish by painting an exact replica.
So what I'm doing now is mixing the paint. Different mixes can involve different oils. This is powder paint, and I've mixed this with gum arabic and water. You can use vinegar. Some people, I've heard in the medieval times, used to use urine, but you'd be happy to know I'm not using that today. When you're painting, you want to be able to do one fluid line. It's just practice, really. When it's fired in the kiln, you never know exactly how the glass is going to behave. Sometimes it doesn't really take, but you've just got to just hope it comes out right and just kind of guess how it's going to work. Very excited about this. Doing the paint work in the kiln. Carefully does it. You never know exactly how it's going to come out, so fingers crossed it's going to be all right. Just give it a quick wipe. Ooh, it's lovely. Looking great. I'll pop that on the window.
You've done it?
I have indeed. Yeah. So...
Oh, well done.
Yeah. But I'm not actually going to use the whole thing. I've decided that I'm going to just replace this piece rather than the whole lot.
You're going to basically cut that small section and put it into there.
I'm indeed, yeah. Sounds a bit crazy, doesn't it?
Well, I sort of understand that, because you're keeping the integrity of the whole thing.
Well, that's the thing.
But you're going to cut that section out. Because I know how glass is difficult to cut.
I'm going to have to risk it.
I'm gobsmacked you're going to do that. So what happens if you're cutting this and it suddenly goes the wrong way and...
Well, hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully that won't happen.
Well, good luck.
Thanks, Steve. So what I've carefully done is I've drawn here exactly where to cut, so I'm going to give it a go. So fingers crossed. All right, next one. Fingers crossed. Again. Bit, and I'm just going to use these to help me break it. Put on there. There we go. Final little bit to go. There we go. Let's have a look. Fingers crossed. It's pretty good. Colours are a great match. It's a good fit. Let's bang on.
Using copper foil, Matt carefully fuses the four pieces together.
So you want to be able to do this in just one fluid line.
And re-leads the entire panel.
I can't wait to see Kate's face when she sees this, because it hasn't really seen the light of day yet. It's had a white board behind it and hasn't really been able to shine. Do you want to have a quick look at this?
Lovely. That looks absolutely amazing.
Oh, my word.
Beautiful.
Love that border. Amazing. Amazing.
Across the workshop, another repair is making good progress.
It's really fixed very, very well. I'm very pleased. There's only a small crack there now.
Yeah, I saw that. It's going to be quite tricky with this sort of patina, I think. But Yeah, I'll certainly give it a go.
The big challenge of any repair is making it invisible. And this is proving to be quite a test for Kirsten's palette.
So my lady's nearly done. I've just been retouching the little area along her ankle where Steve joined her. The colour's been quite tricky to do because there's a sort of patiner on this. But I'm hoping that actually that's blended in quite nicely and she looks nice for Trisha again. There she is. What do you think?
Oh, fantastic.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, Steve needs to rewire the lamp. And it's a tricky task.
I've got to thread this wire up through her leg, through her body, and then at that angle it's got to go up there, through her arm, and then change angle again and come out.
How are you going to do that?
What I've done is I've got this really strong cotton.
Okay.
Really strong. You can't break that. And what I've done is I've tied a little weight to it.
Yeah.
So I'm now going to just pop that in there, and hopefully it's going to go all the way through.
So you're trying to push it to get down her arm?
The weight should just take it down. Where do you think it is now?
I don't want to say. We've got to keep this clean, Steve, yeah? Seriously. Should be there now. Oh, steady on.
There we go.
Wow. All right, so now what you're going to do is stick that to that and pull it through, yeah?
Yeah. Just need to tie the line onto the wire. Hopefully that's going to pull up quite easily. OK, go on then, pull.
I'm ready.
You pulling?
I'm there. Come on, man. I'm going to break this string.
You're pulling hard.
I'm pulling proper hard, mate. Come on. There we go. Woohoo.
Fantastic.
So that was easy, wasn't it?
Well done.
Meanwhile, Will has uncovered yet another hidden feature on the sea chest.
You have these awful brackets here, and I was trying to work out what they are, why they're there, what this crack going down the centre of the lid is. On closer inspection on the top of the sea chest, you can actually see that there are 3 marks there. I think that they could be hinge marks. So originally, this top was possibly hinged. It's just another piece of work on this list. The sea chest just keeps on, unveiling so many hidden secrets. But I definitely think that it'd be worthwhile once I've finished.
Will has got a vast amount to do on the chest, and very little time to do it.
They're literally coming in just over an hour, so I'm running out of time. And I'm really hoping these brackets would come off a lot easier than they are, but I think persistence and it'll pay off. I do know how to use a file, but I'm just trying to make it look old. So I do know that's how you file. This is just a bit of paging.
Nigel and Margaret are back to collect their treasured chest, which sailed across the China Seas with Nigel's grandfather.
I must say I'm feeling a bit nervous this time. I think it's nervous excitement.
Years and years of not being loved. It needed TLC, tender loving care. It's something that will hand down to our son, and that will be 4 generations of Baldersons who will have owned the sea chest.
You all right?
Hi, sir.
See you again.
Nice to see you again.
And you.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
You haven't seen it yet, and you give him a hug. So what are you expecting to see underneath here?
I'm expecting to see something which was past its best being brought back to its former glory.
Give it a shot?
Come on, I'll let you take it.
OK.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Oh. Will, I knew you were good, but this is marvellous.
When we last looked at the lid, there were wooden brackets on the inside with the orange bits and everything else. But there was this line going across here and these holes and everything else. So I realised that actually hinges used to go in there.
OK.
So you could actually open it like this.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow, look at that.
You've
This
got
is
all the
stunning, man.
grains come out and everything.
I think you notice that there's actually used to be just one big empty space, whereas now you've got this here.
Something underneath.
In the drawer? I'll let you open up the drawer.
Can I?
Drawer is the
If there is a drawer.
Yeah.
Da-dun, da-dun. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
And I've actually used near enough all the wood that was actually inside there to make the new drawer.
Where did you find the pattern, the ideas for these?
Well, the handles, that was interesting as well. So we actually had an expert come in. His name was Des. And Des has been making ropes for over 60 years. And he made these rope handles.
You made the ropes?
He made the rope handles, which are called Beckett's. And I made the wooden part called a cleat.
What did you think?
Oh, I think it's absolutely stunning.
Yes, stunning.
I don't know if you noticed on the top something that wasn't actually there in the beginning, but it was just an added touch.
The initials.
Henry, Herbert, Balderson.
So your son's going to get this
He's
chest now?
going to have this.
After
He
a while,
wants
they're
it.
going to keep it for a while.
So has Will done the family proud then?
Absolutely.
Henry Herbert would be thrilled to bits. It's something that's, you know, was part of him, and it's still carrying on.
And it's
How
still
good is that?
It's brilliant, and it's still within the family as well.
Really, really, really pleased with that. That's excellent.
Now I look at it and I'm just in awe. I'm absolute awe. It's a work of art now. It's a work of art.
Yeah, those rope handles as well really finish that off. That's a stunning finish to it, that is. It probably won't have as rough a time in the future as it's had in the past, because sailing the China Seas, South China Seas for 10, 15 years like it did, it's rebuilt now and ready to go again, so that's brilliant.
Stained glass expert Matt has been painstakingly repairing a Victorian painted window panel, but needs help with a wooden frame.
Matt, you've done a great job with that.
Oh, thanks so much, Will. If they hang it up against the window, then this side here is going to be visible from the outside. So I was wondering if you'd be able to sand that down, stain it.
It'd be nice to have the back looking just as good as the front.
Yeah.
If you take the glass for now, so I can get sanding, and then I'll give you a shout for the glass.
Great. All right,
brilliant.
so this is the really fun part. This is when you start to get really messy. So all of the other stages, you're very precise, you're very kind of clean cut with what you're doing, whereas this, you get this leaded light cement and you splodge it on.
Matt uses leaded light cement to fix all 81 pieces of glass securely into position.
When it sets, it's going to set rock hard. And what this is doing is this is drawing the moisture up.
A final thorough buff and shine before it's put back into its newly stained frame. Time for Kate to be reunited with the painted glass window panel that her late mother salvaged for her.
Feeling a little bit nervous, a little bit excited, and looking forward to seeing the window again. I'm thinking about my mum. Before, one of the illustrations had some substantial damage to it. It's had a backing on it all these years and a frame which we put it in to stabilise it. So we've never actually had it displayed with the light coming through it.
Hi there, Kate. All right, nice to see you.
See you, yeah.
All right, you ready to have a look?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, fantastic. That's amazing. The more you look at them, the more things you see. Like this little caterpillar here.
Yeah.
They are real things, but slightly fantastical, a lot of them, aren't they?
It does feel a lot like an illustration from a book, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
So what I've done to this window is I've taken it all apart. Will helped with the frame. It's really nicely polished.
Oh yes.
As well. So,
looking very smart.
Yeah, it's looking really nice, isn't it?
Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
Done a really good job. I can't believe that you had a board behind there for so long.
Yeah. Yeah. It was actually back to front. This is the front side, and it was originally actually the other way round.
So we've had it the wrong way around all these years.
You have, yeah.
It's really nice that you kept this original panel rather than replacing it completely.
That's amazing.
So if your mother could see this hanging up against the window with the light shining through it?
I think she'd be really chuffed that that she rescued it in the first place.
Yeah.
Because she knew how much I'd like it. And she'd be really pleased to see it in this restored state. She'd be tickled pink. And I'm just been fascinated by the process, and it's a shame my mum couldn't be here to see it. Yeah, it's a super job. It means a lot to me. I've got fired up about it, really. I might see if I can find out what its history might be. So I think there's work to be done there.
With the owners due back to collect the Art Deco lamp, Jay's checking the repair is running to plan.
This is the glass cover for the Deco lady lamp. This wasn't the original cover. And Trish showed us some photographs, and the original one was actually this sort of yellow colour.
Oh, was it?
So we thought it would be a nice touch if we could actually give it back to her.
That is a nice touch. So this is all dried up and everything's ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, it's all done, actually.
So I can take this over to Steve now?
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Cheers, Joe.
Look what I got, Steve.
That looks really good.
Yeah?
That looks absolutely fantastic.
This is meant to be like a flame, so
Yeah.
she's holding a flame up.
Yeah.
A bit like the Olympic torch. Then.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Don't turn it too fast. It's not screwed on.
It might fall over, yeah?
You'd be in trouble then.
No, I would be in trouble with everybody, but we've got to get this fixed. We've got to get there, Steve.
OK, I'm there.
It's about getting there.
I'm there.
Destination, that's it. That's what I like to hear.
Tricia and Julius have returned to collect the lady with the lamp that lit their family home for decades.
I keep being told I'm looking worried, but I'm really hoping that she'll be standing up straight and holding her lamp as she did before.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Steve.
Look at this.
Right. So, are we excited?
Very.
That's putting it mildly.
Right, here we go.
Oh,
There we go.
She is just beautiful.
So I'm just going to turn it on.
Wow.
Julia said it was going to be like Christmas, and it's better. How did you do it?
I did drill into her leg one way than the other way, and then I turned up a steel tube, glued it in. Then Kirsten filled the little crack that was there and then coloured it in. And she also coloured the
She has a new shade. It's just, am I allowed to?
Beautiful job. Every bit as good as we hoped, Steve.
Oh, good.
Thank you so much.
No, it's been an absolute
she's way
pleasure to
better.
do, so thank you for bringing her in.
And Tricia's happy again.
It was like Christmas morning. She is just beautiful. And the shade was white. It's now a beautiful golden colour, which actually enhances the bronze. So, all in all, she's pretty perfect. She is a part of my childhood. She's a part of my life with my parents before I left home. And she continued my relationship with them after they were gone. So she's very much part of my life, Julie's life, and will be my children's life one day.
Join us next time as more treasured possessions are revived and their precious memories restored.